Since we don't have the packet for approval minutes, we'll move on to the informational items, the Greater Peoria Sanitary District minutes. Can I have a motion? Right? Okay. Oh, I have to recognize staff member. Brian.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Happy to answer any question. The minutes are in your packet. Always have to look back to see this is about 2 months old, so it was a lot of time flies in 2 months. Otherwise, thanks for having me.
Is there any questions? Okay, we'll move on to the next informational item, right? Calvin?
Thank you with a few updates. Not much has happened within the last 2 weeks. Jail roof and JDC roof are still in progress. The courthouse roof, the inspector should be here Thursday. The ground level activities in the courthouse remodel and the county highway projects are still in progress. And we did get 2 bids back, one for the JDC parking lot and the other one for the first phase of the ring road. Excuse me. We are gathering that information and putting it together. Excuse me, for the 14th for you.
Okay. Are there any questions for Calvin? None? Okay, I guess we'll move on to the resolutions. First up, construction engineering agreement for Hannah City Glassford Blacktop Road. Can I ask for a motion to get this resolution on the floor? By Betty, seconded by Sharon.
Is it on?
Should be a green light, Jeff. Just talk loud into it.
Okay.
You gotta be a little bit closer to it.
Go like that. Okay, so the Hannah City Glassford Safety Project is due for letting in April. Our staff is busy a couple other projects in other parts of the county, so we went out for a request for qualifications for a construction engineering firm, and we received 3 firms submittals. And after the ratings were looked at, we decided Millennia Professional Services was the best suited to do the project. Their contract will be $118,417. 90% of that will be reimbursed from IDOT from federal funds. We do have to upfront the cost of the engineering, and then we submit for reimbursement back from the state.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Any questions on Hannah City or the Glassford Blacktop Road? Having none, I guess we'll move on to the second one. Oh, we got to vote on that one? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you motion? Betty did? Second, okay. Sure. So we call for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. All those against? Okay. Now we'll move on to the Akron Road Culvert Preliminary Engineering. Do what?
Okay, get a motion.
Oh, that's right. Got to make a motion. I keep forgetting that. Betty's making the motion. Matt's going to second it. Okay.
We have a box culvert on Akron Road. It's about 2 miles north of Dunlap and about a mile east of the grain elevator on Akron Road. It has a load posting on it of 18 tons for basically box trucks and 36 tons for semis. That's really hindering traffic to the grain elevator. It's one of the bigger grain elevators in the area. We're going to start engineering on it and do this construction in 2026 where we have federal funds available. We are looking into hiring HR Green Incorporated to do the preliminary engineering for us at the amount of $202,945,000. And this funding will come from the County Bridge Fund.
Any questions for Jeff on that? Okay, can I have a vote? All those in favor? Aye. All those against? Okay, motion carried. Let's go to the third item, Hollis Township seal coating. Can I have a motion for that? Sharon, seconded by Betty.
Hollis Township chose to go out on their own to do their own bid lighting for their seal coating program this year. And this is to use township motor fuel tax funds for their seal coating. Bids were taken, and Porter Brothers was the lowest bid in the amount of $55,358.44.
Any questions? Okay. Can I have a motion for ayes? All in favor? All against? Okay. We'll move on to Millbrook Township seal coating. Can I have a motion? Betty's going to motion for, who's going to second it? Sharon.
All right, Millbrook Township also chose to go out on their own for their own township motor fuel tax seal coating bid this year. Pavement Maintenance was the low bidder for their contract for $74,944.60.
Any questions on the Millbrook Township seal coating? Okay, can we have a vote for all those in favor? All those against? None? Okay. The fifth is Cooperative Research Agreement with Bradley University. Can I have a motion? You make a motion, Betty does. Matt or Jimmy? Jimmy makes, okay, agrees. All right.
This is our annual agreement we do with Bradley University to oversee our pavement management system. We've been doing this program since 2008. It's a good opportunity for students to get some real life experience, and it gets us inventory of all of our roads. They go out every year and they do half of our county highways, and then the following year they do the other half of the county highways. So each road is getting rated every other year. This year the agreement is for $30,079.
Any questions for Jeff on this item? Okay, can I have a motion to approve? Betty? Call for the vote? Aye. All those against? Nay? I'm going to screw this up. All right. The sixth one, Kerner Road Speed Study. Do I have a motion? Betty, again. Is Matt ever going to raise his hand? Well, yeah, I'd like to see you get in there once. All right.
All right, so we received a couple complaints about speeding on Kerner Road, and it was brought to our attention that we had multiple speed limits over the 2.5 miles worth of road. So we went out and looked at it and found that from US 150 down to about Sumner Park was 40 miles per hour. The middle section from Sumner Park to Charter Oak Road was 50 miles an hour, and then the rest of the road down to Route 8 was 45 miles per hour. We decided that that's probably not the best way of having speed limit on that short section of road. So we went ahead and did a speed study, and we're recommending that the portion from US 150 to Parkside Circle, which is near Sumner Park, remain at 40 miles per hour per the speed study we did a few years ago. And then the rest of the roadway be changed to 45 miles per hour. Gets more uniformity, and then we don't have a racetrack in the middle of the project, or in the middle of the roadway.
Is there any questions on Jeff on this item? None? Okay. Can we have a vote for passing it? All those in favor? All those against? Boy, I'm glad I'm on the last one here. Township Maintenance Seal Coating. Can I have a motion? Sharon, do I have a second? Betty, thank you.
All right, so the county went out, got several townships together to do one giant bid packet for their seal coating using township motor fuel tax funds again. Had 3 bidders, I believe, and the following townships received a bid from Pavement Maintenance. There'll be Akron, Brimfield, Halleck, Princeville, and Rosefield. Following townships accepted low bid from R.A. Cullinan, which would be Chillicothe, Elmwood, Jubilee, Kickapoo, Logan, Radnor, and Trivoli. and then Porter Brothers got Timber Township. So again, these townships are all using the township motor fuel tax funds, which is basically a pass through. We just control the money for them. The total of all the seal coating for all the townships is a little over $1.3 million.
Any questions for Jeff on this item? Matthew? I know, I'll have to too. Okay. No questions? All right. All those in favor? All those against? We're abstaining. Matt and Danny. All right. Okay, so now let's go to public comment. Anyone have any public comment? Thank you, Jeff. Brian Johnson, you have any public comment? Oh, he did? Okay. All right, any miscellaneous items?
Mr. Chairman, I have 2 miscellaneous items for the
Okay.
committee. First, just to let the committee know that late last week, I received the draft design and bid specifications for the new building at North Station. I need to review those and also have a couple other folks internally review those before they go out on the street. But so, probably not next month, but the following month, expect to see a bid award for that project. And then, as Calvin alluded to in his report, we did receive bids back for phase 1 of the jail ring road project, and also the entrance road and parking lot for the juvenile detention center. Those are packaged together from a bid standpoint. We got those bids in insufficient time to make it on today's agenda, so we'll work it out with the committee chair and the other committee chairs that may need a special meeting. But I'd like to ask the committee for a special meeting on March 14th so we can bring that to the March 14th board meeting. That item is definitely will be ready to go for you. There may be a second item that could also be on that agenda, and that is the rebid for the stream bank stabilization project for Dry Run Creek. We recently had bid that out and didn't receive any responses to that bid. So we talked to a couple of the contractors that were at the pre-bid meeting as to why. We made a couple of adjustments, and then that is in the process of being rebid now. So if that comes back in time, we'd like to add that to the agenda as well. If it doesn't come back in time, it'll just go to the normal committee meeting at the end of the month next month.
Any comments for Scott? Betty?
Oh, so we've committed to replacing a building at the Highway Department's North Station that we had to demolish a number of years ago due to straight line wind damage. And one of the things that we committed to when we brought on Bob Eunice as a consultant for how we're going to spend our ARPA dollars for capital improvement related purposes, was Bob was going to work to generate the plans and the bid specifications for that building. And so he was able to get those to me late last week. I've got to review them. I want a couple other folks internally to review them as well, and then we'll get that out on the street.
The only comment I'd make, I'm glad to see that happening because those guys up there would like to see that building taken care of to keep their stuff inside. So I'm glad to see that's coming forth here soon. If there's no other miscellaneous, meeting adjourned.